Okay, so here we are live on Facebook with Kim Edgar. Edgar, sorry. I think I've said that correctly.
Edgar, yeah.
Yeah, how are you anyway? Are you okay? And how's lockdown treating you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm grateful to have kept well, and all my family have kept well as well. So that's certainly something to hold on to at the moment. I know lots of people aren't in the same position. So,
Well, it's tricky for musicians in this respect, isn't it, at the moment?
sure. I mean, yeah, I should have been on tour in Germany at the moment, just coming up for January. So it's a shame that live music's not possible at the minute, but at the same time, you know, obviously the priority is keeping everybody safe. So if we all have to stay at home to do that, that's what has to be done. Just getting used to making music in my house now.
Yeah, and that's a different kind of thing, isn't it, as well? Not working in a studio or anything like that, just having to work from home. I know the feeling myself, you know.
Yes, you're a singer-songwriter yourself, aren't you?
Yes, I am, yes.
Cool.
And again, it's difficult, you know, just to work from home.
I mean, I suppose as kind of self-employed musicians, a lot of the time I have been used to being at home. It's just getting used to doing all the technical stuff, which normally I'm very happy for people who know what they're doing to do. So it's been quite a learning curve so far this past year.
And you've used lockdown in a positive way. You've got a new album out there. You have got other albums, I know, but you've
Yes,
got a new one called Held,
that's right.
which is quite cool. But I've heard a few tracks on there, and I'll tell you a few of my favourites in a little bit. But tell me, where did the inspiration come for the album, first of all?
Well, in the first instance, really, I was sad that I lost my dad shortly after my last album was released. So quite a lot of the writing that I've been doing, I found it hard to write actually. While you know, since my dad died, I found it more difficult to write, and I've also found that in my songs I've got less words in them, which is I just feel like I've got less to say. Or quite a lot of the time, I was writing myself kind of like pep talks in songs, or contemplating how grief felt kind of thing through songs. So that was the initial starting point. But actually, after the album recording got delayed due to the first lockdown, I spent quite a bit of time thinking about what everybody was experiencing, and also thinking of, obviously at this time a lot of people are experiencing loss and grief. So some of those songs that I had been writing weren't planned for the album. But I thought, particularly in the current situation, that what I'm feeling is one thing music can do just now is still reach out to people even in their homes. And I decided I wanted to try and make an album that was a bit like a hug. So just an album that acknowledges that things are difficult, whether that's that you're grieving or that you're feeling isolated, and that kind of gives you a sense of support and encouragement. And I suppose I had already been writing songs to try and do that for myself, but I really felt like this was something maybe I could do and share with other people who might be going through similar experiences.
And I think you've got some great tracks on there. The first one I heard, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was like, that's very good. You know, the way that you wrote that, it doesn't need to say a lot. I know you say that your sentences are short and words, but it doesn't need any more than that. It says it in the song. You know, all your songs in this new album say exactly what you want to say in a short.
That's really kind. Yeah, that's actually a song I co-wrote with another Scottish songwriter called Karine Polwart, and we wrote that one quite a while ago. And again, it wasn't necessarily going to be on the album, but it felt to me like a song of encouragement was really what quite a lot of folk could do with at the moment. Something simple that's maybe just a bit cheery. And actually, I've been delighted. I made a kind of homemade music video, and lots of people sent in videos of themselves from their own homes or outdoors. So that was really good fun to try and put together, and I'm really grateful that people got on board with that. And just it's nice to try and send out something cheery at this time, because there's not a lot of cheer going around.
No, unfortunately not. But yeah, that's one that I listened to, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And is it there? If I could take your hand in mine, I would show you how to shine.
That's part of the lyrics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Great sentiment there. It's really nice sentiment. It's very profound as well. That's what I found with a lot of your words. They're very profound.
Thanks very much. That's very kind.
Yeah, and a few other songs that took my you know, impression, you know, and when I first heard it was Gaining Momentum, Lower and Lower. Wow, and I thought, wow, that's really cool, you know, gaining momentum but feeling lower. Is that how it's meant to mean when you wrote that?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking at the time quite a bit about addiction and how it affects people and whole families. I'm really conscious of how hard it is for people who are struggling against addiction, but also how hard it is for loved ones watching that and feeling quite helpless to do anything about it. And at the same time, I was feeling a bit like I was in a downward spiral of grief myself. So I really wanted to write something just to acknowledge sometimes it's quite, you can feel like you just need somebody to stop you, sort of thing. But I think it's on all of us to try and what's the word? Acknowledge when other people are struggling and support them in any way we can. But ultimately, people have got to make their own choices. So I was just trying to grapple with those ideas, really.
And you've done that as well with another song that I saw on the album, which was I just got it here. I wish you warmth, attention, comfort, peace, a loving light to shine where you are. Some great reward, some wondrous feast, a sense that nothing and no one is to find.
Yeah,
That,
that really, I was trying to write a kind of like a blessing, I suppose. I was raised as a Roman Catholic, and at funerals there's a kind of a blessing for people who have died. And I really wanted to write something that was not specific to any religion or not tied to a faith at all. But I was trying to write what my wishes were for my dad in the first instance. And actually, even in the moment when I was writing it, I thought, this was actually during the first lockdown, and then I started to think, you know what, it's not just what I wish for my dad, it's really what I wish for my mum, who's still around. It's what I wish for all the people I care about, but I think it's what everybody wishes for everybody, really. It's just like a human general. I think people have warm and positive wishes for each other, and I was feeling like that's a big thing in lockdown, especially. So for people who are not here, but also for people who maybe that you can't see right now, it's just a way of focusing those thoughts and feelings, hopefully in a useful way.
well, you've definitely given me a little bit of inspiration with your lyrics, which is one good thing that I look for with new artists.
Thanks so much.
Okay, so you got a piano in front of you there. Are you ready to give us a performance?
I am. I was thinking about doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I thought with all
Excellent.
the tighter restrictions we probably all could do with cheering up. So I thought I'd go for a cheery one if that's all right.
Excellent. So you introduce it and then go for it.
Sure. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to, you can sing along. And there's hand actions if you don't want to sing along. It's always fun as well. If I could take your hand, if I could take your hand, take your hand in mine, and I would show you how, I would show you how, I would show you how to shine. 'Cause it's like 1, 2, 3, it's like 1, 2, 3, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will make you feel, it will make you feel, it will make you feel alive. And if you're scared to touch, if you're scared to touch, if you're scared to touch the sky, just keep your head, keep your head, keep your head up high. 'Cause it's like 1, 2, 3, it's like 1, 2, 3, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it will make you feel, it will make you feel, it will make you feel alive. you don't know, if you don't know the game, why don't you play it all? Why don't you play it all? Play it all the same. 'Cause it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it will make you feel. It will make you feel. It will make you feel alive. If I could take your hand, if I could take your hand, take your hand in mine, then I would show you how, I would show you how, I would show you how to shine. 'Cause it's like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it will make you feel. It will make you feel. It will make you feel alive.
Very good. Very, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a great little jumpy, flowy song, and that's the first one I heard by you, which was on YouTube Music. And yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a great song. It's it has a good feel to it, doesn't it?
Thanks so much. I really,
yeah. I mean, I can feel the vibe coming. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, but I have to give full credit here to all the musicians. So there were socially distanced musicians who came to the studio, but also particularly in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're hearing Karine Polwart singing from her own home during the total lockdown, and Mikey Owers did all those brass parts, which I think really add to the sort of warmth of the album recording, and he did those all from his own home as well. So I mean, I'm just amazed at people's abilities to do all these things in their own home, and I'm trying very hard to develop those skills myself, but it was fantastic to have musicians both available to come into the studio and those who were able to then contribute from their own homes during lockdown. So I'm most grateful.
That's good. Yeah, you can give them a mention. And so where did you, when you was writing this song, was that like, had you already got the album already written out, or was this a separate song thinking, oh, was that going on to the album?
Yeah, so this is a song I had written with Karine years ago. Now let me think how long ago. I'm very bad with time. Quite a long time ago, anyway. We were taking part in a project called the Burn Song Songhouse, and basically there was 8 songwriters living in a house for a week, and we had to write a song every day in the morning with somebody and a song in the afternoon with someone else. So we wrote it way back then, and I had never recorded it, and I'd never really thought about putting it on the album. Karine had made a version which I played on a few years back, but it was just really to do with lockdown. And then I was thinking, do you know what? This is maybe the right time to record this song. And I felt like the encouragement in it and the warmth that's in that song is kind of something that I think is nice to put into the world right now. I think quite a lot of my songs are a bit darker and a bit more, I don't know, somber. But didn't feel like the right time for that so much.
So if people want to know more about you, where do they go? Are you on Facebook? You've got a Facebook page and you're on Twitter, aren't you?
Yes, so my social media kind of, I think the word is handle. I'm trying to get used to all this stuff, but Kim Edgar Music on Facebook and the same on Twitter and Instagram. But I do have a website, and it'd be lovely if people came there and joined my mailing list. So I send out a wee email every 2 months. So if anybody wants me to keep in touch, that would be lovely. So my website is just my name, kimedgar.com.
Okay, and I'll put the link on there when the video goes up.
Thanks.
Yeah. So give us you can give us a play out song, and absolutely. I will say happy new year to you, and I wish you all the best, Kim, in all your music.
Thank you
in the new album. And I hope it goes well for you, and I hope it gets well appreciated.
Thanks for your good wishes. That's really kind, and thanks for having me on to chat and play. Much appreciated.
No problem. So this is Kim Edgar. Thank you very much for your interview, and play out with whatever song. I don't know what you're going to do now.
I'm going to play a song I wrote about how I still feel very much connected with my dad. And I think that it's a lovely thing that your relationship with people that you love doesn't end when they die, it continues. So this is called Waiting for a Sign. When I could see you, everything was fine. Now you are hidden, I'm waiting for a sign. Waiting for a sign here. I'm looking to the sky. I feel like you're still near me. I see you when I try. Often I'm reminded by things I know you'd love. A winding road before me, with trees and hills above. Waiting for a sign here, I'm looking to the sky. I feel like you're still near me. I see you when I try. Sometimes I feel like I know just what you'd say. Is that you speaking, or have you gone away? Waiting for a sign here, I'm looking to the sky. I feel like you're still near me. I see you when I try. Life is what we make it, and it will all work out. Our hearts are full of wonder and joy and grief and doubt. Waiting for a sign here, I'm looking to the sky. I feel like you're still near me. I see you when I try. Waiting for a sign here, I'm looking to the light. I feel like you're still near me. I hope that you're all right.
That's lovely. That was a lovely song, and the words were very, very nice too. And just a quick question on that? Do you find it easier to write for a person and put more passion into it, or harder?
Say that one more time for me. Do I find it easier to write?
Do you find it easier to write for a person that's gone, like that, or do you find it a bit harder because it's close to your heart?
I think actually most of the songs I write are all for people that I care about on some level. It's maybe not obvious all the time, but that tends to be how I write. So I think for me that's actually quite a motivating factor in writing songs. I found it hard to write while I was really deep in grief, I think, and I think that's getting a wee bit easier. I think the hardest thing was feeling like I just had nothing in me to say because I was so low. But I certainly I think the whole point for me about writing songs is to reach out and connect with people. So for me, it's certainly usually about somebody else that I'm wanting to communicate to.
You've certainly done that. Thank you very much, Kim. So
Thanks
your
a
new
lot.
album is Held, and where can it be found?
You can find it at my website, kimedgar.com. You can find it on Bandcamp, and then you can find it in all good record stores and online as well. So downloads and everything on my website, as well as Bandcamp if you prefer digital, and the physical things available there too.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Kim.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Best of luck.
Bye.